Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we are reviewing the Mithril Action Studio Guardian of the Horde. So this is very interesting, guys, something very different from my channel. We are reviewing a third-party product, something I don't normally do. This is not official Blizzard product. It is not 100% accurate, but very heavily influenced by World of Warcraft. So the character we're depicting here, this is actually Thrall, the war chief, the shaman of the Horde. However, he is not a warrior. We're just using his head sculpt here, apparently. So this product is available on 5ktoys.com. I will leave a link to the item in the description below, so feel free to check it out. But yeah, guys, this item is scaled 1/10 scale according to the box, but online it does say 1/12, and it does say 8 inches as well. So a little bit bigger than your typical 1/12 figure, which we will get a close look shortly, and then we'll also do some comparisons with Mythic Legions and some other figures. Taking a look at the box, it is pretty big. It does come with a lot of accessories, as we can see from the back here. It does say Guardian of the Horde, and it also says there are nobody but for a moment in your memory. That doesn't really mean anything in World of Warcraft. I don't know where that came from. You can take a look at the picture of the back here. We can see the orc itself looks pretty awesome. We could see some crazy cool articulation, which again, we will be playing with this figure in a second. The armor itself, 100% not accurate to World of Warcraft, inspired by the aesthetic. So you won't find this armor in game. Over here, you guys can see the accessories itself. Like I said, we will take a look at all the items in it. Something I do want to show or take a quick close look at is the artwork, the paneling on the sides. It does look very Warcraft-y. Speaking of the sides here, guys, we can take a quick peek. It does look like there are going to be 3 new additions to this line, so very interesting stuff. Like I said, I have not seen this in the game itself, but it looks like it's heavily inspired. We do have like a warrior up top here. Next up, it does look like we have a shaman, which is more accurate for Thrall. Hopefully it is soft goods, but I don't think it will be. It might just be a plastic head. And then down here, it looks like they will have a Fury Warrior of some sorts. Spiky, stony, bony, whatever you want to call it. That looks like the aesthetic for this figure, and quite interesting. Here's just a quick size comparison next to a Mythic Legion package. So we got Vorthog over here, and we got the Guardian of the Horde over here. But yeah, guys, let's waste no more time. Let's get this figure out. Okay, guys, so taking it right out of the box, you can see there are 2 layers of plastic. One that holds some of the accessories over here, and then the other that holds the figure itself. And it's actually pretty cool that there is a little bit of a cover here, and yeah, here we go. We can actually see the figure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it out and let's play with it. All right, folks, well, straight out of the box, I gotta say, first impressions, I'm actually quite impressed with this action figure. So it's very unique in the sense of the materials used itself. It is pretty rubbery, and I think I've never seen that in a figure before. So, and it feels like a lot of the parts are. So, for example, look at this. This is a bracer piece, which I took off here just to demonstrate, but look at this. Look at this. A lot of it is pretty soft. So, including the shoulders itself, this part was quite interesting, removing all the parts, which was actually quite easy to install the shoulder piece, but I'm quite impressed so far. It's actually a lot softer than it looks, so kind of hard to show, but as you can see, as me just touching this, it's very, very rubbery. That's like literally my first impression of this figure. But however, it doesn't take away its articulation. It's quite posable, and it is pretty hefty as a figure. So I think it was honestly worth, you know, the money that I spent with it. You know, in general, being a big fan of the orcs, and yeah, it's quite a fun action figure to play with. So I'm gonna take this apart and show you all the modes. We'll strip them down naked just to show you, but a lot of the parts are actually not even attached. So like you can see an armor piece right here, quite loose, but it's not a big deal. The pointy ends are not sharp at all. It's actually, like I said, quite rubbery. Something I found interesting right here is if you take the head off, look at that. You can see, you can cap its little skull mask on, but quite the articulation when messing around with this here. So there are little gaps when you're posing the figure itself. Like there will be little things there, but you know, I think you see that with some figures, some like SH Figure Arts and stuff like that. But you know, holding onto the camera with one hand and trying to hold the figure and do a review. There you go. But yeah, let's pose him around and let's just play with him. You know, as I'm taking him apart, I just want to show you how it looks on the inside. Some interesting mechanics in here. So there you can see where the mechanisms are as far as the articulation goes, and here is a little good example of it as well. But I do like the fact that you can just literally strip the armor off. So the bracers right here, the bottom part, is actually not a part of the legs, so we'll remove that entirely. We'll replace the feet. Something I do like about the feet, the extra articulation here. So you could probably do some nice running poses. I will mess around with that so you guys can see the posability here. But yeah, I'm gonna continue taking this apart. I want to show you a quick close-up on the face. The details are pretty fantastic. His tusks are nice. His eyes actually are what stand out to me, and you can see his braids are pretty cool. But yeah, the bare bones figure itself is like fantastic, guys. I'm a real big fan of this. As far as the articulation with the waist goes, you are pretty limited over here because this underwear piece, however you want to call it, does kind of not give you enough space here. So I was trying to bend him up here as much as I could. Can't really do like a full-blown kick or anything. Actually, let's see. This is as high as it can go, but balances pretty well. Look at that. There you go, folks, and here are some size comparisons to some other figures in other lines. We got the Marvel Legends Ghost Rider over here. We got a Mythic Legion hanging out here, and then we got Gohan SH Figure Arts, which SH is generally a lot smaller, but you know, he does tower over the Mythic Legion, so pretty cool to see that. But for the most part, I think I'll be keeping this figure like this, even though we do have a lot of great parts. We got Thrall here. If this figure came with an extra head or two, this could have been a great army builder. Not to say it isn't, but an extra head would have gone a long way. Something bald, I think, would have been cool. Something without a beard would be pretty nice. But ultimately, guys, I am a huge fan. So anyways, guys, I think that's going to be it for this review. Sorry if it was a little sloppy. I don't really do too many reviews. I just wanted to showcase this off. My final thoughts, you know, definitely rubbery, definitely a different type of action figure. I'm used to the hard plastic when it comes to these, but honestly, overall, I thought this was pretty awesome. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to see more. Catch you next time. Peace.